Hello, Martin. Pasita.
Hi, Dean. Hi, Pasita. Hello, note taker. I said I'm not gonna get note takers, and then I clicked on a note taker.
Ronetta's AI note taker. Oh, it's Otter.ai. Oh, wow. Well, now we are literally going into this whole thing.
Hello, I am driving right now, so I will be on mute.
Sounds good.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to keep admitting people because we have Laura's got her glasses on so she can see better.
It's okay to take them off. Just in case. Hello, Sandy.
Okay.
So cool. Chris, Dawn, Netta's AI note taker. I like that. Your guide to digital revenue. Hello, Jill. And hi, Sandy.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Okay.
I wonder what they all want here.
I know, right?
Isn't it late somewhere? Yes.
What time is it where you are, Katrin?
Right now, 4 p.m. I'm on the East Coast, United States.
Okay.
I think Monica is the early bird here, and some people might be the late birds.
Yeah, it's 9
Laura,
p.m.
2 p.m. That's okay.
9 p.m.
Oh, 9. That's not okay, and that's my bedtime.
On 3 p.m.
3 p.m. That's doable. It's tea time. Okay, Monica, you give me the go ahead whenever.
Yeah, I think that we're kind of hang on, there's more people coming in.
Gosh, don't they have anything better to do?
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, let's give another 2 or 3 minutes and then we'll start.
Okay.
Because yeah, people keep coming in. Which
I'm
is
interested in this office view. Chris has an office view there with some beams. That looks beautiful.
It looks like renovation to me.
Yeah.
Where on the East Coast are you from? Or located?
Originally, I'm from Germany, but we live now here in New Hampshire.
Oh, really? What part?
We live with the bears and the moose. I'm not sure
What part of New
brought
Hampshire?
me here.
I'm from Massachusetts. What part of New Hampshire?
Are you? Up towards the White Mountains. Conway?
Yeah, should be getting cold there now.
Oh, yes.
Very nice.
Indeed. It is, yeah. The snow is gonna fall soon, and the squirrels make themselves into the house to get warm and stay warm. It's lovely.
Okay, guys, I don't think anybody is coming, or if they come, they'll be late. This is the Pickaxe Masterclass, and Catherine's done like really, really well at implementing the tool for all kinds of things. So I've used it a little bit. I have some pickaxes in my other membership, but I haven't done anything as extensive as Catherine. So today she's gonna walk us through what she's doing and show us what's possible. If you have questions, I know that some of you have put some questions in school, so we're going to go through them. But while she's talking, if you have any other questions, just put them in the chat so you don't forget, and then we'll go through them. And at the end, if anybody else has anything more, we'll just go through the group here. And if you can just mute yourself while she's talking, I'm going to mute myself as well.
Can I mute myself too?
Yeah, don't mute yourself. Okay, so let's go.
All right. Okay, well, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. My name is Katrin Birkholz, and I am German. The last name is actually from my husband. He's Alaskan. And he's American, so I don't know how he won Birkholz as a name because it's Birchwood in English. So I guess it's a pretty good fit. But let me start sharing my screen. Host disabled participant screen sharing. Okay, let me try again. All right. So the idea today was that I take you through a few slides, then we're going to break it up and go really into the back and deep end of Pickaxe itself. We talk about numbers, and I love actually any kind of questions. I'm more than happy to answer. If I know the answer, I will answer them. If not, I will say sorry. And I will just get started basically and take you through whatever it is I have to show. So let me just go back to my window over here. Okay, so that's in the way now. Let me put this down here. Actually, there you go. All right. So first of all, just a quick overview about us, what we do in our business, our mission, what is Pickaxe Studio and other options we will talk about, and then also other pieces needed, what you need to actually get the pickaxes going. It's only a few. It's very neat. I'm going to give you a quick funnel overview because I think that's something I'm always interested in. Is like, okay, how do you actually get the people in? Jill, she's already yawning. No, I'm kidding. And then numbers. I'm going to show you a few of the numbers because I think that's always an interest as well. It's like, how much do you actually pay for somebody using it? And then we're going to go into the back end and look at the project in the AI Business Hub and AI Studio, how I combine the coaching and SaaS product and the Pickaxe as well. So just quickly over here, my husband Seth, myself, and my son, he's actually running our app business. We create native apps and websites as well. And we bring them into the app stores as well as into the Google Play Store and also PWAs, meaning just a regular website. He is a programmer, so he does actually the entire SaaS product. I'm going to show you quickly how we use our pickaxes there. But he's also right now fully involved on the AI side, creating different tools. And that's pretty much it. We do have a daughter. She's 13 and she's dibbing around or daggling around in Midjourney. So she loves that part a lot. And we are trying to see if we can open up an Etsy store for her. So what we normally, or how we started out, I come from the corporate world. And at one point we said, enough is enough. I don't want to do the corporate world anymore. And we decided to move to Portugal 9 years ago. And that's when I started with Blend Precisely, which is basically, I completely switched from the corporate world working for Nokia and other investor companies and created my own aromatherapy business over there. I had a store. I had several businesses, actually. I had a coffee shop in San Francisco and textile and whatnot else. It's all in the past, but we are here now where we combined basically Blend Precisely. So it's all about natural skincare, aromatherapy, and everything else, and created a SaaS product so people can actually create profitable blends and at the same time price everything out and consider all the safety information. Then AI came around and I'm like, oh, that's something new. I wanna start as well. And that was a little bit, I guess, like 1.5 years ago when I really started using ChatGPT, Midjourney, and all of this. And then I came into Monica's community, and we are really passionate about now helping people in the wellness industry to get their businesses out the door in the combination with Blend Precisely, creating their own native app, and then also using now the Indie AI Business Hub as such, as a coaching program. So it's a real nice marriage for me from my background, which is sales and marketing and customer relationships. And also the beautiful side of what I just love is nature, aromatherapy, and skincare formulations. So that's our mission in general. And I think it's a little bit of a unique one because that's really a niche market. And I think we have found finally a good combination. So what can you do, or what is Pickaxe actually? So Pickaxe really allows you to launch your own AI app. So based on your expertise, based on what you know, you can create, let's say, 20, 30, 40, 100 different GPTs, what you would normally create in Chat GPT, and put them all into a studio. So it really gives you an overview here. You can launch a storefront with your GPTs just combined in one studio, which I literally love, because you will see in a moment. You will be able to see how the users interact with your AI. So it gives you a really great information source on how to make your GPTs better and how to, or the pickaxes they call them, and how to work with them. You can train AI on your own expertise. So meaning if you have a curriculum, a coaching curriculum, you can add one, or that's what I do at least, is I add a prompt, a pickaxe for every single little thing they need to do in their business or in the curriculum I'm presenting. So for example, if they start out a business and they come in for the first time, we talk about passion, then the passion GPT or pickaxe, let's call it pickaxe, Katrine. So the pickaxe itself will be related then to passion, on how to find everything out in what your passion is, ask a few more things, and write your about page, for example. So you will see that in a moment. So it's really based on your expertise, your documents, your sources you use. You can create this AI studio, which holds quite a few different pickaxes. The Pickaxe Studio earning money today is great because you can literally use it for coaching, consulting, wellness, education, and I've seen quite a few other ones. People were putting out calculators, like math teachers were putting out calculators, for example, for their students. And there are all kinds of different things you can put into a studio, which we will see as well. It's nice to monetize on your expertise. So you can have the AI studio where you can have different tiers, but then you can also see if you want to upsell it with your coaching program as well. So that's a nice thing. When you have a coaching program, this one can be a supporting item, the AI studio, or you create an AI studio and sell into your coaching program in a different way. So you can go both ways, really. You can launch an AI studio for others as well. So they have an affiliate link. They also allow you to actually build as an agency AI studios. So that might be something people could consider. And also just single pickaxes, so just single GPTs basically. And you can white label everything. So you can put your own domain name onto the studio, and you can white label it with your brand colors and partially the font. So I would say the design part is very minimalistic, but you can definitely get your branding in there. So you basically create, you can share, and you can sell. And that's the main part of what Pickaxe or Pickaxe does with all their things they offer. So what else? I mainly use it for the studio, but they also have now something new that came out that you can actually connect through APIs more in the back end to other things. And we can look at it. It's literally just launched, I think, a few days ago for the beta users. So I was on the list, I was able to go in, and we are now working on it to see how it connects to other pieces. You can create your own knowledge base with your own website and documents, really. So you can attach that similar to a GPT. You can train your bots based on your documents, so you can really interject as well. And I think Monica has actually, her lesson in the classes are really, they give you a really good head start to how to use it or how it looks like, but we will go in. You can embed them. And there was a question, I think, that came out, can you embed them into your WordPress website, into anything? And with an iframe, yes. What I just learned today, you cannot embed them into a Canva website, which is weird, but Canva doesn't allow you to embed the Pickaxe GPTs. You get the custom domain, and you can control who uses your bots really nicely, and you will see that one as well. So, and the affiliate program I have not looked at, but as an idea, that came to me yesterday is, oh, maybe it would be nice if some of my clients would like to use something for their clients. So I'm considering maybe to try it on 2 or 3 people to see if they would be interested to build maybe a studio for their clients. But I'm not sure. I mean, work time is always an issue, but we'll see. So the studios allow you to bundle single chatbots into a single platform, what they call Studio, and then you can customize a landing page, create a pricing table, manage users, and collect payments. That's really what they all do. And we use both in our situation. We use the AI Studio and we use the single chatbots in our SaaS product. Okay. This is just a quick overview. That's our SaaS product, but we will go inside. I have a form here, and that's how our aromatherapists use it. They will basically have a client call, and then they can ask the client all these different consultation questions, and then put the responses in. And then the intake blend creator basically creates an entire summary of it, and also in addition suggests already a few blends and recipes and everything else, what they need for their clients. So it's really nice to have these forms as well. And I think, Monica, you touched on that as well in your classroom. They have a few different ways on how to create these chat bots for your clients. So that's an embedded single one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in our SaaS product. They are single chatbots, and we put them in here, and over time, we might add in a few other ones, but the other ones are sitting in a studio like this. So that is the AI Studio. And the AI Studio, we will go in as well, basically allows you to have all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for example, all in one place. Oops, all in one place, plus many more. And I have them divided up by how my people will use them, like marketing, social media, neuromarketing, or private clients, your client, what you need to do, school, the level naming, and about page I added, starting your business. All these different ways they would use them in the business. I associated them with my coaching program. And that's the studio. So what you need really is Stripe. You do need the API keys. You can have OpenAI and Claude in there. And MailerLite I use for email follow-up. So they are not great in connecting right now. Monica, if you have anything, I tried to do it through Make. I also tried to do it through Zapier. And for some reason, there is no connection piece, automated connection right now, where I can create Pickaxe emails coming in and signups to get them over to my mail service. I haven't found that connection, but maybe, you know, somebody else will know. And then, of course, you create your custom prompts, and I use Monica's examples. I also use sometimes the ones, and you will see in a moment, Pickaxe offers you to build as well. And then sometimes I do quite a bit of a combination. There's a GPT builder as well I use on OpenAI, and I create them. I find that always like something is missing. I think Monica's is the most complete examples you can get. And sometimes I try a variety just to see how the results differ, because they are taking a lot of time if you want to have a really good custom prompt embedded in your studio. So depending what, of course, but I would say I probably, for one chatbot, I use it takes me around 1 to 2 hours to get a well done one with everything I need. I just created one, for example, as well, that creates a 12-week coaching program for me based on a Google form. I sent out a questionnaire I sent out to my people when they book the private client calls, and it creates a beautiful 12-week program now. But that was, for example, 5 to 6 hours of sitting there and getting really the prompt right. And I'm sure everybody who has written custom prompts knows what I'm talking about, getting it right. I want to take you a little bit just through the funnel, how I basically get people from an overview of a lot of potential customers into paying customers. So the majority of my work is actually at the free filter level, let's call it, is where you constantly have some kind of lead magnets, you have social media posts, you go live, you have the creation of webinars, workshops, challenges, ads. So I have a humongous, I would say a humongous battery of different ways of getting customers into the first stage of upselling or selling. And when I create my freebies or lead magnets or webinars or challenges, I have always something in the back end where it either goes to the next page and it's an immediate upsell, or I send them to my email list and will sell them through my email list. So one of these two things happen at this stage here. And then I normally have a single subscription, meaning like our Blend Precisely product, which is our software, or my membership right now that I just started on School. That is a low ticket offer, like a $9 offer. And then I get people into the low ticket offer type of scenarios, nurture them over there as much as I can. I give a lot of value as well. And then at one point, I do have subscription bundles. So I have so many different products at this point, not so many, but we do have the native app. We have our Blend Precisely SaaS product. I have several workshops recorded. I have challenges and everything else. So it allows me to bundle subscriptions or bundle products. And that is where really then the money happens. So every launch I do with a subscription bundle gives me a pretty good push in terms of monthly income. So that is something and let me know if there are any questions around that. Definitely put them in the chat. So really, it is all a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. I do have my times where I work 12, 16-hour days and definitely work also weekends. And the majority, again, goes in here, where I just find ways to get people into the door. Talking about the costs of those pickaxes, and we can go back to this one too. I think that was Fabian had that question, how much is it all? So I just wanted to point out in July, I didn't have anything out. In August, I tested a lot. So you can see $39. I have a $120 limit in there right now. I tested because we were about to go live, I think mid of August it was only. And that is the testing money. And now we are not quite at the end, but you can see it's $6.81. So the cost per request is so little. And you have the possibility, depending what model you use, of course. I mostly use the mini. But you can see here, 457 requests came in September. In August, we had 444, but that was me, a lot of testing and going back and forth between models and seeing what I like. But the cost of one request for a customer coming in and sending a prompt off is very little. So you have a really good profit margin if you sell your AI studio to your people. And you also have a great profit margin if you just sell a single. And you can even, what I think is even better, you can use it as a lead magnet, because these are probably the cheapest lead magnets you will get. Normally you will be paying a lot of money, but if you have a customer list and you say, I've got a great prompt for you ready, use this one, people might be able to come in for very cheap. So that's just a thought here in terms of money and costs. So I will show you all the embedded pickaxes we have in Blend Precisely. Then I will show you our Pickaxe Studio itself. I will show you the options you have to create pickaxes. We can make one together if you like. How I manage them, because that question came up as well. And then how it connects to my new community on School and what I do with it, basically. But if there are any questions until now, I don't know, Monica, you want to wait until the end, or you mentioned that, I think. Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute myself. It's probably better to wait until the end, so people can actually grasp what's going on, and
Yeah.
we'll just get all the questions then.
Sounds good. Okay, so let me just switch over to the assistant. Let me know, can you see the assistant right now? Is that the new screen, or do you still see the slides? I see. Okay, you see the assistant. Okay. So let me just hop once through. So this one here is the AI Studio. That is the one where you can hold all of your different chatbots in one studio. And obviously you can name it as you want, but this one here holds all of my different single GPTs, if you want to say, these OpenAI custom GPTs, and here they call them pickaxes. So I have them all sorted into the different areas of my coaching business, what we are coaching. And this is the studio. Then we have, I mentioned our software. Let me just log in quickly. And we have an AI studio just in the software, and these ones are the single ones, what I mentioned in my slides. So these ones all come here in single chat bots, and those ones are all embedded. So you need to have the iframe that is provided for you by Pickaxe, and you have to transfer. It's just a really simple iframe. It's nothing big in coding. You just put it into the place where you need it, but that's for a single one. The AI Studio works a little bit different. You literally move everything within Pickaxe in the back end and make it happen in the AI Studio. The embedded ones are very simple. What I don't like so much at this point, and I'm sure this will come because Pickaxe has been around for a while, but I think now they really have a lot of more attention, is the way it is so small here, for example, and there's not so much you can do about it. So the customization of some things is not the greatest yet. It is working, and it's working fine enough. But if people come over maybe from, let's say, ChatGPT, and they're used of this flow of ChatGPT, it might take them some time to get used to it. But you can basically pre-program it with 3 questions they can ask, and then it starts. It's fast. It actually is really fine in terms of how it acts. But this is how it looks like, basically. Here you put in, for example, an essential oil, and it answers. And I think one of the questions that came up was this one. I created a little poem with it, and it creates the profile and so on, and also guided meditation. So I had a little bit fun with this one, and I put a medical disclaimer in as well. But now you can continue. So these little things are a little bit less visible, I would say, to the user. So normally a user is now used to just like, where's the search or where's the enter field? That one is missing. So you literally need to know to click on this one, and then you can continue your communication. So there are a few little tiny less desirable design flaws still, but now you could just go on and continue your conversation down here. But so these ones are the embedded ones. It doesn't look bad. You can put your own logo in. You can put also a little bit about the forms in here. You can go in here and copy this out with a little copy mark. I think somebody is asking, does it save in the communication, your previous communication? In the embedded ones, it doesn't save them, but they brought out now new that you can actually send it per email. It's an integration you need to do. You can send it by email to the user now. So if somebody uses it here and they would really like to keep what I just entered, there's a possibility to send it now through an integration to the person by email, and then they will receive it in their email box. But again, I haven't tested that because it just literally came out to me as a beta version. but it is already in the works and they're waiting for feedback. So that is the embedded one. And if we go back to the studio itself, so basically you have the possibility to, as a user, this is the user look. When somebody comes in, I customized everything here in terms of colors. I customized the icons. I customized the colors, the writing, everything that goes with it. And then here is the person when they visited, when they go into their account settings, that's what they would see then. So it's account settings. It says my email address. They can change their password. It's all connected to Stripe. So the user signs up and you connect it to Stripe. And then the user, when they actually cancel, it will also work through Stripe. Super easy, very nice. So people can come and go as they can. And it's very obvious too. It's nothing hidden. I like that about Pickaxe. Cancel plan. You can upgrade plan. I'm already in the VIP product and you will see that in a moment, the plans. And then here, the user memory, they say coming soon, but that's been here for a while. So I'm not sure when the coming soon is, but they have a great community forum. So they're also very fast in answering any type of questions. So I would definitely say use the community forum if you are starting out. And there are two guys, they answer fast and they're super nice as well. And they try to fix things. Like one of my monitor, I couldn't search for a user, that just didn't work, and they fixed it within a day. So they're very nice. So that's this part. And then if you go to credits left, so if you have, for example, this one is here, my plan I have. So they can use it for free for 10 times. And you don't need to give them all access to all pickaxes, but then they need to upgrade. And then they can say, okay, 30 users, 60 users, unlimited, and then unlimited users. These are my VIP private clients. So the clients I have in my one-on-one coaching program, they get way more from me, and they also will get more specific prompts customized to their needs. So I do a VIP private client price, but this price is with a 12-week program as well. So it comes with a 12-week coaching program, and that price is going to go up after I have done my first 10 now. It's the first time I'm doing one-on-one coaching as a coaching program, like over 12 weeks, and they are right now paying $795. You can not, well, I'm sorry. I think you can actually do a one-time fee as well. I need to look into that. But then they will tell you what is included in all of these ones, in all of them. And I think here, for example, the free one would only have 10 of my chatbots, and then the paid ones always get a little bit more. And the more I add, and I will add now more to the unlimited program, the more I will add, the more, of course, they will be listed here. And the free program only has, I believe I put only 10 in, but we can check that in a moment. So that's really just for testing them and working with them. The About page, that's basically everything you see here. I'm not sure why it's loading that. I need to check the image. But the About page, they give you the possibility of a landing page. It's, again, very simple, the landing page. With a pricing table you can put in or leave it, but that is a very simple landing page. So you can send your customers directly to your domain name. You can see it up here. It's called ai.blendprecisely.io. The pickaxe is taken out. It's not there, but you will be able then to have a very simple one. It's done with Markdown in this case. Also, Monica has lessons about Markdown, so use those ones if you want to create something a bit more fancy. Otherwise, it looks very like you couldn't do the little icons or so. So I used Markdown for everything. They're very basic with the design still. Okay, and then let me see if there was anything else here. This one is just the sign how many are available, and this one is the program. And here I showed you everything and sign out. So that's the customer view. They go in. I don't know how we can, for example, let me see if there's something. I don't want to fill out a form necessarily now. So I have different ones, and that's maybe good for you to see. For some of them where I think they should have more guidance, I use forms. Where there's more creativity involved, I leave them as a chatbot and I give them three suggestions down here again. But for anything that is related more to streamline them, I have them go through forms, and then it makes it a little bit easier. So here I could, for example, then upload, and you can enable or disable that, by the way, in the back end, and we can see it in a moment. You can have users upload documents or not. You can give users the possibility of, these are past chats here, basically. So here in the studio, it saves the past chats, not in the embedded ones, but in the studio, I can go back to my past ones. And that is actually really nice because then I know where they are. Often when you use ChatGPT, you know how confusing it is. The list just goes on and on and on. And the customer, or I don't even know where I remember I did something and I requested something. But the nice thing here is that you can go back to your past ones and continue the conversation. So I have a memory buffer in here as well. And you will be able to just continue with the conversation where you left it off 2 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. So that's really nice as well. And then let me see, you can create, they have now Flux instead of DALL-E. It's another imaging program. And you will be able to create branding and logos. And yeah, so I have a whole bunch of things here that is directly related to my business. Now, I think if anybody else would use it, they could think about it. If it's financial services or bookkeeping or anything else, you could use and build it out for your specific niche then. Now let's go into the back end a little bit, and I'm just going to show you around how it looks in the back end. So with the plan I have, I paid $20 per month, I believe. I can get 3 studios. I'm currently just really using 1 studio per month. Currently, it looks like 650 users from my clients. And this one is a training studio. I'm working on something new and different for our apps, for our native apps, because we do have a whole teaching program there as well. So I'm trying to see if I can build something out for our native apps customers to give them as much help as possible. Just quickly, the review I've gotten right now from my private clients is that they get stuff done they would have never gotten done in a million years. And I really, really prompt them to use. I have Notion I use for my private clients, and I put the specific prompt in my Notion calendar form where to use it. And that is just, that's going off topic a little bit, but I wanted to mention that people are really, when you put it in front of their nose, they will be using it. And that's the beautiful part. So if you have a coaching program and you want them to take action, you can say, you know what, this one will take you literally 10 minutes compared to maybe the 3 hours you're scared of. So use that prompt. Here's a video, do it. It's really nice. Here's a little overview of all my pickaxes. I have currently 37. I can see which ones run the most, which ones not so much. The brainstorming cutie, I called it, for example, ran 223 times. They have some nice statistics. Some of the ones I don't have in, or they are not, you will see a 0 for the ones I actually don't have in, but any of the ones where I have more of the futuristic scene going on, a lot I do in Midjourney, and then I create it in Canva and I put it out. I do put a lot of emphasis. I studied photography, so I'm really in love with art and colors, and I try to use it as much as I can in the coaching business as well, in membership business and so on. Yeah, so you can see the users from here. You can get the embedded code. And that looks pretty much like this. You can have an inline pop-up, iframe, chat input. You can have different versions. You can just copy the code as it is. You can do a little bit of customization here as well. Content type and color. They don't have many font, not all of them, but they have quite a few to choose from. Then you can see header, body, labels, and button you can customize. The content itself, you can have a different writing here, submit or something else for the button, and the layout as I just showed you here is these options. White label it. Otherwise, I mean, for me, I want to white label it. Otherwise, it looks too much like Pickaxe. You can decide on the size. You can have it in a box or minimalistic buttons. So a few of the customizations are possible. And then line thickness. It shows you how it looks in a mobile form and desktop form. And that's pretty much it for the embedded one. So you literally take the code and put it onto your website. Really nice, simple, done. Now, when you want to edit one, let's go back to the dashboard. You can click into one. Let's see. If I want to edit one, you can just, let me just go back. I want to show that to you. If you want to use Pickaxe credits, they give you 1,000 credits. That's quite enough to start out maybe and see if users are interested in using it. But I attached my own API keys, the Claude, as well as the OpenAI key. And that's where the numbers, by the way, earlier came from, the literally 1 cent per request. That is because I'm using my own OpenAI key. You can enable the chat responses or disable them. So you can literally say, okay, I don't want people to use this as a chat back and forth because you might want to save money or you might want to put it out as a lead magnet, as a freebie. So you want to conserve your money a little bit. You could do that. You can put it out as public, so anybody has access to it. As unlisted, only the people with a link will have access to it, or it's in your studio. And then also private, that actually nobody sees it. And then you can also say really how many runs per user. So that's really a nice thing too. And I think that question maybe come up. How do I monitor? How do I do this? And obviously the people that pay, they can have, depending on the programs, the runs, 30 runs. So that's being handled by Pickaxe in the back end for the people that pay. If you have something sitting outside as a lead magnet, you can tell them, okay, I don't want random people to use it 10,000 times, and you can just limit the numbers. That's a nice thing if you want to test it with someone and say, okay, you've got 10 tries, but not more. And you can do that on every single individual Pickaxe. You can make it clonable. So if you have something that you know you're going to use over and over again for a client, but maybe every client has a little bit of a different background, or you want to use it for, let's say one has a pizza restaurant, the other one has, I don't know, a bagel shop, and the other one has a coffee shop. You can clone them all and just exchange the custom prompts inside of your prompt. The community response feedback you can put on, but for some reason it's not working yet. So I don't have the community responses where it says, how did you like the prompt? Thumb up, thumb down. I cannot see it. They can already submit it, but Pickaxe has not implemented for me to see it from the back end. So they are working on that. That's pretty much like the overview of a Pickaxe. And then we can go in. This one is a little bit boring, so let's take another one. Maybe this one here. Let's see. Okay, so this is the configuration window of a ChatGPT-like experience. Has anybody done GPTs already in the backend of OpenAI and ChatGPT? Have you tried any? It's similar to this one. It's set up similar. So it says the role, and then you have they just changed it. That's why I'm going down, because everything was below here, but now they have the possibility to configure you have a lot of possibilities to configure your GPTs. It's really nice. You can give them the option how long the token length output and input should be, the memory buffer, for example, the creativity. Do you want to have it at a temperature of 0.6, 0.7, 0.8? You can put in words like, I don't like these words at all. They are typical ChatGPT words. So I tell them to not use these words, please, at all. And you can recognize at this point who uses ChatGPT, I think. So as soon as there's unleash or unlock or delve, it's like these typical words. So I stay far away from them. And the prompt itself here is this one. And again, depending on the outcome, sometimes I spend literally hours because I need to readjust it. And I have a testing window in here, similar to GPT. So I test all of them, I make changes, they're immediately applied, and then I can test it immediately here as well. Then I can choose the model, which one I want. I can have an intro message. Mostly they're in the way for me. So they're overlapping design-wise. They're in the way in the studio. So I don't use a lot of intro messages. If I use icebreakers, so it generates 3 of the icebreakers, similar again to GPT. If I were to use them, it goes into my prompt, and then they are immediately visible down here. And you can delete them out as well, or use just 1 or just 2 or something. That's up to you. You can have prompt injections and training dialogues as well. So all of these ones, they are little icons. I must say that documentation is mediocre. So I do go back and say, okay, what is a training dialogue really? Show me examples, because this little thing as a newbie will not tell you much. But it's possible to go back to their community forum, ask that, or search for the answer, and it will be there. So this is where the prompt goes. Then you can configure it even further here. Allow users to upload documents. So you can check that. Web browsing, if you want to actually go and browse the web as well. And then image generation. Now, image generation, you can, I believe, still only use the turbo, which is a little bit more expensive. The fastest is the mini, but I do have the turbo enabled for when people need to do the image creation. So you can check mark those ones. In this case, for example, client call key point summarizer, I am not using the web at all. I'm only using the input of the customer call. So I take the transcript and focus only on that transcript. And I don't want any kind of hallucination. I don't want any kind of creative feedback or input. I just want to go basically by whatever I put in the transcript to get a really nice summary. And then here is, we looked through the token lengths and creativity. You can put, that is a nice thing maybe for some to know if they want to work with their own knowledge base, or if you have clients that they want to use their own knowledge base. So you can upload files and also upload web pages. So you can have your client's web page, you can have your own web page, you can add those things as well. And then also for the knowledge settings, again, you can customize that even further. So the entire setup of how GPTs work as well is very similar to GPT itself from OpenAI. But I would say you can do a few more things even here. And the new thing they have, this is the act, what I mentioned, you can now connect through APIs. That's in beta. So you can now, they just added those ones where you can send the summary email to the owner. You can do mid-journey images in here now and connect through that. So they literally just added it and built new actions. You can do your own actions. All right, so I think I'm just going to go quickly over this one thing, what you can do. You can create a form. That's the form I showed you in Blend Precisely here. Let me see, which one is it? Oh, hang on. Oh, here, client intake. That's the type of form then you can create with a form creator. And again, Monica has that tutorial inside her. So I don't need to duplicate that right now, but you can go and check that out. You can use the chat. That's where you build from scratch, like a GPT, or you can have the automatic AI builder, which is super helpful if you start out. You can literally, it asks you 3 questions. The German asks you 3. The TH is very difficult. Those questions, and it will create the GPT for you. And then you can still adjust it. So that's a nice thing if you're very new to GPTs. And then monetize your tools is the studio. That's the one I have here. Baboom. And that's like an overview of everything. Yeah, you can basically build the landing page. Again, everything in terms of design is very limited. Content, you can do your fonts, whatever is available, the color, the button, and the theme. There's not much choice. It's not like Divi. Don't go in here and expect you can do something like you do on WordPress or Kajabi, or, you know, School is very limited, for example, in terms of designs as well. There's not much you can do. You can definitely move these pickaxes back and forth between all of these different topics and create your landing page. Your pricing table you can create here, as you can see, free to try, 10 users, but only a limited one. I have only 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 10 or 11 here. And then as soon as they start paying, I give them more access to more of the pickaxes, and then they can use it 30 times. I'm still working on the usage, like how many users for how much money, since we are literally not just open a month now. So I'm still working that out in terms of the prices. For me, I match them based on my coaching programs. So I have a starter program, I have an accelerator program, and I have a mastery program, and then the private clients. So I associate the pickaxes they need to use in each of these programs. And then your account page and the access here again, you can make it public, invite only, subscription, one-time fee. And then here is where you manage how they have access. So you can do 10 users per month, how many pickaxes and which ones. And the nice thing is also you can look, as you saw before, you can see which pickaxes are being used the most, and maybe then either adjust the ones that didn't work so well and or do more of what works. And then everything is connected to my school background. It has the classroom, and that's the very last thing right now. Start here. I just started that one out as well. I've got AI prompts here for directly related to the studio. So I give them the examples. I make a video of it, and then it goes straight to the studio. I have challenges on Mondays, and on Mondays they get a challenge. It's like, okay, show me all your whatever images if you use this prompt, or show me what you get if you use this hook and subject line. So we do some kind of small challenges on a weekly basis. And then the classroom, as I mentioned, I have the starter program, the accelerator program, and the native app and website development program. And and this is what we do a little bit extra in the community as well. And that's pretty much it.